big taboo in sports, Mike, is you never are supposed to look too far ahead, but we're going to do it. We're going to
because we're not playing the game. Who cares about the taboos?
Well, I'd like to play the game.
Anyway.
We're going to do the leap of faith that the Phillies are going to get done with the Dodgers, and they're going on the World Series to repeat or defend their title.
Or even just hypothetically assume that they do.
Yeah. Who would you rather see the Phillies play in the next round in the World Series? When they beat the Dodgers, who they playing next?
Well, I would rather see them play the Yankees. Just because I think it's going to be cool for them to play the Yankees and play in the Yankee Stadium and all that kind of stuff. Phillies, Yankees World Series, I think would be tremendous. As far as which is the more favorable matchup, which is what I think you're asking me, Starkey, which is the more favorable matchup, I think that's pretty close. I think that's a tough call because I think the Angels might have a better 1 through 12 or 11 or however many pitching staff than the Yankees. And as far as the lefty-righty thing, I don't think there's a big edge there the way there maybe was in some of these National League series. I think that it's pretty even, but I would rather see them, just as a fan, I would rather see them play the Yankees.
I think I would too. I'd like to see them play the Yankees. I think if they play the Angels, it'd almost be like, oh, well, we're supposed to beat the Angels. We can beat them. If you're playing the Yankees, you're not favored to win. You're gonna come in game ready.
That's a very good
mentally prepared.
That's actually a very good point. I like the mental and emotional side of it. I think a little better if they play the Yankees.
Yeah, I think the more fundamentally sound, although it hasn't shown the first 2 games when they were in New York. The Angels just play the game the right way. I think they also. Phillies may have a little bit of a letdown there. That lineup for the Yankees is tremendous. The one thing I see with the Phillies this year that reminds me a little bit of the Yankees of the past, when the Yankees won those 3 World Series titles in the late 90s, early 2000s, they just always had this knack of they're going to win the game. The Phillies have that right now. So you'd have 2 teams sort of butting heads that have that mystique about them, like, we deserve to win this game.
I think the Yankees are a little bit different team in terms of their personality and makeup this year than they've been the last couple years.
True.
Under Girardi and with the whole A-Rod situation. I think some specific guys there have changed the mix a little bit, and maybe they're a little bit looser team, a little bit better suited to this kind of thing. I just think it would be a lot of fun to see the Phillies play the Yankees in the World Series.
They always say Nick Swisher is the guy that sort of loosened things up with them. The Phillies should have swept them when they played in New York earlier this year. If you remember, they won the game Friday night. Brad Lidge blew 2 saves. There's a lot of beef.
What are you saying? I can't believe that Lidge would blow a save. Are you sure?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, he did that a few times this year in 11. If he's straightened out now, if he's straightened out.
No.
That's a real positive.
It is a real positive. I mean, either way it's going to be fun, but let's go with the Yankees and Phillies. I think that'd be cool.